Here comes Bernie Sanders. Last night, Sanders pulled off a huge upset win over Hillary Clinton in the Indiana primary. Now, Sanders, at this point, with 99% of precincts reporting, Sanders led by 52.7% to 47.3%. Now, the result is that even with that, lead, that Sanders will win most of the, or at least more of the state's 83 pledged delegates. Not most, because it's still going to be split fairly down the middle, but with a little bit more on Bernie Sanders' side. Now, what's interesting about this win is that, yes, there wasn't a ton of delegates at stake, but it was a decent enough amount. Now, the most interesting thing about this is the polling going into Indiana. According to all the different polls, she was leading by about 7 percentage points before the primary. Now, Bernie Sanders, he's done this before. He has outperformed the polls. And this is a significant win. Remember, he was 7 points behind. He had a surge of double-digit numbers to come and overtake Hillary Clinton. That's pretty significant. Now, the same thing happened in Michigan, but by a wider margin. So now in some of the states where Hillary Clinton is currently polling ahead, you could see the same trend. Polling is not always accurate. And that could mean good news or bad news for Bernie Sanders. We're not sure. I guess it just depends on how it shifts. But we did not expect to win Indiana, but he pulled it off. And that was awesome. And that just shows that Bernie Sanders is still in this all the way to the convention. And every delegate that he gets counts. And look, there are some states that are coming up, like Oregon, Montana, and California, for example, that are very, very friendly territory for Senator Sanders. I mean, he did really good in the West Coast. Now, New Jersey, he is down by like double digits, by 20 to 30 points. That could go to Hillary Clinton, or we could see a little bit closer of a race with maybe within 5 to 10 points, or a major upset. We're not sure what's going to happen in New Jersey. It might end up being another New York. So, as I said, it could go either way. Now, he needs some big wins. Let's be honest about that. Right now, Hillary Clinton has about 1,645 pledged delegates to 1,318 pledged delegates for Bernie Sanders. Now, that's not including the superdelegates, because remember, they don't count until the convention. In the convention, that's where they vote. So they don't matter right now. They don't matter until the convention. Don't let the mainstream corporate media, confuse you with the superdelegate bullshit. Okay? They don't count yet. All right, they will, but they don't. Now, here's what's funny, right? Speaking of corporate media, they want this to be over. They want Clinton versus Trump. That's essentially what they've decided on. So, of course, you're going to have Clinton-allied media, like, for example, Vox, posting stories with headlines like these. 3 winners and 2 losers from the Indiana primary. Okay, well, that sounds innocuous enough, right? Except when you read into it. Now, you want to guess who the losers are? Well, it's obviously Hillary Clinton, right? She lost the state. And Ted Cruz as well. No. It's not Hillary Clinton. She's not one of the losers. She lost the state, yes. But still, according to Vox, she still won. Now, I know maybe their reasoning and their reasoning can make sense because she still got some delegates and she's still in the lead. But she still lost the state overall. That doesn't seem accurate. And they placed Bernie Sanders as one of the losers. Now, he won the state. He ended up getting more net delegates than Hillary Clinton, and he outperformed the polls. Yet, they consider him the loser. One of the losers in Indiana. The other loser was never Trump, which didn't seem to work out very well, since Trump is now the presumed Republican nominee. But we're not talking about him. No, no, no. Of course there's no media bias, right? I mean, he wins the state, but he's the loser. Hillary Clinton loses the state, but she's the winner. No, no, no media bias. What are you guys talking about? No, that does not exist. Okay, look. We know Sanders is behind on delegates. We're not stupid. Okay? We know that he's got a very narrow path to victory, or at least to bring about a contested convention. That's going to be hard, right? But you can't consider Hillary Clinton a winner when she loses a state. Is she winning overall in the delegates? Yes. Did she win Indiana? No. Then why the fuck is the media putting her as the winner in this specific state? Well, it paints a narrative. But that's every headline. Every headline in corporate media. CNN is badgering Bernie Sanders to drop out. I've seen headlines like that today. And here's the thing, right? The media has been doing this the entire time. You remember after every single debate, according to these guys, Vox, Daily Beast, mainstream media outlets, after every debate they said, well, obviously Hillary Clinton was the winner of the debate. Despite polls everywhere that said the complete opposite, that she was destroyed in these debates. Oh no, but she won because she didn't lose. That makes no sense. It makes no sense. So, look, this was a win for Sanders, right? And to turn it from a win for Sanders, which he sorely needed, into a loss for Sanders when it comes into the media, when it comes to that narrative, is dishonest. But see, that's why people like us exist, to counterbalance their bullshit narratives with actual facts. Yes, Hillary Clinton is winning. Yes, Bernie Sanders has an incredibly hard path. Yes, a new poll came out showing Hillary Clinton pulling ahead in the national polls against Bernie Sanders. But on the same coin, or the other side of the coin, I should say, it's not impossible for Bernie Sanders to win. And yes, he should continue to run all the way to the convention, get every delegate he can, and we should continue to whisper of a dream, where Bernie Sanders pulls off the biggest upset in Democratic Party history. And at the very least, be able to influence the Democratic Party into becoming more progressive. Because after all, that's the entire point.